video watchers, and welcome to my film review tonight, and welcome to another Halloween review, another Halloween film I watched tonight. Halloween End. I've been watching Halloween Ends tonight, on Glorious 4K, of course. And it's a film that was divisive. It wasn't a film that everyone liked. It's one of those films that people kind of criticise, and it's like, I don't know. I watched it tonight. I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was so different. So it's a 2022 film. It came out last year. It's a 2022 slasher film directed by David Gordon Green and Co. The sequel to Halloween Kills, the 13th installment in the Halloween franchise, and the final film in the trilogy of sequels that started in 2018. It follows directly follows 1978 film. The film stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Andy Machich, Rohan Campbell, Will Patton, Carol Richards, and James Jude Courtney. The plot follows the outcasted Corey Connigan, who falls in love with Laurie Strode's granddaughter while a series of events, including crossing paths with Michael Myers, drives him to become a serial killer. Now, I didn't really mind that, to be honest. I sat there and thought, this is very different to the very different. They could have just done Michael Myers kills everyone, that's it. But they completely went, you know what? Let's do something a little bit different. And people seem to not like that. But I actually genuinely didn't mind it at all. So I've got bloody ulcers. It's horrible. I hate ulcers. I hate them. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Released in 2022. 111 minutes. Budget of 33 million, so it kind of the same budget as the other ones. And it made box office 105.4 million. It still made some money back. I don't think it made as much as the last two films. I don't think. Yeah, it made the lowest. Oh, okay. I don't know why. It's too much. I enjoyed it. I really do. On Halloween night in 2019, 21-year-old Corey Connigan babysits a young boy named Jeremy Allen, who pulls a prank on him by locking him inside the attic. Just as Jeremy's parents come home, Corey kicks the door open and accidentally knocks Jeremy over a staircase, falling to his death. Corey is arrested for intentionally killing Jeremy, but is cleared of manslaughter, with outcasting results. 3 years later, the town of Haddonfield, Illinois, is still reeling from the aftermath of Michael Myers' latest killing spree in 2018. While Michael has vanished, Laurie Strode is writing a memoir and living with her granddaughter, Allison. Meanwhile, Corey is working at his stepfather's salvage yards. On his way home one day, is accosted by... Oh, what the hell does that mean? Accosted by high school bullies and injured himself in the process. And observing Laurie brings him to the doctor's office where Allison works. Allison and Corey develop a relationship and later attend a Halloween party where Corey is confronted by Mrs. Allen. Corey leaves the party and runs into the bullies, who throws him off a bridge. He is dragged into the sewers and choked by Michael, who eventually lets him go. As he crawls out, Corey is threatened by homeless man. In a struggle, Corey stabs the man to death and flees. So anyway, you meet this guy called Corey. Seems like a nice guy. He is a nice guy at the beginning, but then things start to turn for the worse for him and everyone else around him. And seems like I said, seems cool. It seems alright. Anyway, so he's babysitting this young kid, right? And he's actually watching this film called The Thing, 1982, The Thing, which I liked. I liked a little bit of a John Carpenter there, watching The Thing from the original 1982. Not the original one before that, because watching the original film, they're watching The Thing from the 50s, or the 50s, is it? 60s or 50s. And they're watching that one. This one, they're watching the original 1982 film, which is a classic, by the way. So anyway, he goes in the kitchen, right? This scene was like... And then Corey, the little kid vanishes. The kid vanishes, right? And then he's looking for him, and then he knocks. No, what happens? He hears this noise, and then the thing's been knocked over. And next minute, the little kids just vanish. And next minute, the knife vanishes. Like he's, trying to cut his cake. And then he starts getting a little bit paranoid. He's like, looking around, I find out where the kid is. And then he gets locked in the attic. So anyway, he starts getting a little bit peed off because it doesn't like being locked in the attic and stuff. So anyway, he kicks the door open. The parents come through the door. And anyway, the parents return home. He kicks the door open and then he falls to his death. And it's an accident, of course. It was accidental. Straight away, it wasn't on purpose. But then there's like, then he gets like accused of killing this kid on purpose. So he gets arrested. So he gets released anyway. So he has this job out this. It works like this yard. And anyway, later on in the film, he meets he's riding his bike. He meets his kids, his bullies, and they are like going, "Oh, that's you from that who murdered that kid." And it's like, Laurie Strode is like waiting for, she's there, right? And he cuts himself, and she takes him to the sets him on the doctor's office and meets a granddaughter. So anyway, they start having this relationship, Alison and Corey, of course, and things were fine, but then later on in the film, they're having this like party, and he's like dancing and stuff, and he looks he's wearing this like mask, of course. He's like normal at first. He's like loving it. He's like he's like happy and stuff like that. And then after that, he goes up to the bar, and the next minute, the young kid's mother's just sitting there, and then she starts like pointing fingers and like, accusing. It's like, gee, there we go. It's gonna kick off now, and he's like not happy, leaves. Should have left the mask on, of course. But anyway, and then anyway, he does later on in the film. So anyway, he meets those kid bullies again, and then they end up throwing him over this like, it's like a little bridge thing. It's like they throw him over and they end up almost killing him. And guys ends up dragging him into the sewers, of course, and they're in some kind of like struggle. He escapes, and that scene is a scene where he's like looking at Corey's eyes, and he starts seeing like his like flashbacks, which is interesting. And I think Michael Myers sees something in Corey that he sees something into him. And I thought that was interesting when they did that. Like I said, I thought this film was good. I didn't think it was as bad as what people made out. They did something very different. It's like a kind of carry on. Like you got Michael Myers who's like injured and stuff. He hasn't got his strength as he used to. And then you've got this other kid who actually kind of like thinks that this guy has got some evil inside him, Corey. And of course, then you find out later on he has. It starts to affect him later on in his head and stuff, and he starts to do really bad things in this film. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy completely goes freaking nuts. So you think he had it all in him all that time, to kill someone. So anyway. Yeah, because at the beginning of the film, he did actually. It was an accidental death. Anyway, you meet this like copper who fancies who fancies Alison, but she's not interested in the guy. Because one part of the film where they're both in this like diner, and he comes up to him, right, and thing is like, so his attitude starts to change because he kills this like homeless man. Because after when he calls, no, okay, let's get to the scene where after when he meets Michael Myers, he crawls out, stabs this old man, this like homeless man, right, and that's when things start to kind of like, like to go off in his head, like this is kind of normal to him, and he starts getting a little bit obsessed with like Michael, like kind of like, it's like he got a connection to Michael Myers now. He starts to kind of go, what makes you tick and stuff like that, and he starts to enjoy it more. So anyway, so after that, so later on in the film, you meet this copper, this sheriff, whatever, who likes Alison. Of course, he tells him to go. Anyway, so later on in the film, the guy in it who likes Alison follows Corey to the where the sewers are, where Michael Myers is, and it's kind of like draws him into a trap for him to. So anyway, draws him in. He goes into the sewer, which is stupid, of course. Michael Myers is, and then there's like a scuffle, fight between the sheriff and the copper, and Michael Myers. And of course, this is when things get really nasty. So anyway, there's like a scuffle. I think it knocks out. Anyway, Corey knocks out the cop, the sheriff. Of course, then he's holding him. Then Michael Myers starts stabbing him and stuff, and that's when he starts to kind of like, like he's getting his strength back and everything, and it's crazy. So that's when Corey kind of goes, like, starts to enjoy it more, starts to affect, make him more kind of like, make him more evil, of course. There's another part of the film I thought was very interesting. I think they did this on purpose, where they're in this like radio station, right? It's like, and this guy's working there, right? It's like they're on top of this like roof one, and like he's talking about anyway, he jumps down. And he's like laying down like that, and he just sits back up like Michael Myers, and I kind of went, see what they did there? I see what they did there. There's a lot of things you start to notice after when you watch this film, where it's like he does the Undertaker, right? Because in the first Halloween film, well, he did it on the other ones where he sits up. He probably did actually, but he did it on the original where he sits up like that. He does that, and there's a lot of cool scenes in this I really liked. That scene was cool actually. And then this guy comes out swearing on me, you think to yourself, he's dead. Straight away you know he's dead. After when they have having this relationship, Corey and Alice, and they start to say stuff like what things to burn and stuff like. And it's like I said, she gets a bit too connected with this guy, because they're on about like let things burn and stuff like that, let the world burn and stuff like that. And he's actually starts shit. It is with his mum, of course. His mum's not very nice, as I say that. So it's like you kind of. There's a lot of things that start to affect us, like that doesn't help. His mum's not very nice to him. He's kind of like, what if that affects the way his brain works and stuff? Because his mum's being horrible to him, people being nasty to him, like and it's like I think that starts to just kind of, I just give up. I give up, and it lets evil consume him. I think that's what happens. Maybe I had him in all that time. I don't know, but his character does change a lot in this. It's like Jesus Christ, especially the part of the film where he actually. It's part of the film where he goes into the sewers to get Michael Myers' mask. And he gets his mask, and then he draws. He does something on the bully's car. The kids that he keeps meets twice. He draws like Psycho, like scrapes the car with Psycho on it, and then he draws them into the yard. And he dresses as Michael Myers, and that scene was quite interesting because I kind of went, yeah. Because he has this kind of like, he even acts like Michael Myers, walks around slow and just does that. Yeah, so he ends up killing them, ends up at the junk, and then killing the then the stepfather starts saying end up getting killed. He doesn't kill him, of course, kill him, but one of the kids does it like by accident, ends up shooting the stepfather. There's no emotion there, so he doesn't seem to care. And there's another part of the film which I thought was, oh boy, where you got this like doctor on this like Alison works in the doctors, right? She works in this like doctors, and you got this like young woman that works there too. She's like she doesn't like her much. She's quite attractive woman actually. So anyway, you meet her later on in the film. She's with the older guy in it, the older doctor. And it looks like they're having some kind of relationship there. She's got a nice house actually. I was like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, she's about to have a shower, and then all you hear is this like noise. And she comes out, and you see, she starts the flowers on the, starts something on the ground. She sees something on the ground next to this. She turns the lights on. Next to you see Corey stabbing the old guy. It's like Jesus. It's like he's wearing that mask too. It's like Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's completed. There you go. This guy's lost it. This guy has completely lost it now. That was when he actually has his first full blown. Is that his first? No, his first kill was like the homeless man, and yeah. So the next minute, she's like hiding, and the part of Michael Myers pops out, opens this thing up, and he pops out and just picks up. Right, so much brute strength is amazing. He's got like strength of like 5 men. He's just strong. He's really strong actually. This is like he gets his strength back, but yeah, he is strong. He's a strong character, but he does actually lose some of his strengths. He's like weaker and stuff. He's got like whatever. So anyway, so he picks up, stabs a knife on, like a bit like Halloween 1 does that in Halloween 6 in the anyway. So okay. Anyway, so then So you meet the radio guy again, who works at the radio station, of course. And then he gets, you know straight away he's going to die straight away. Does some quite nasty things to him. His face gets, his jaw gets broken. That was pretty nasty, that one. Finale was good, where she's like, the finale was interesting actually. I didn't mind it at all. Where, man, I don't really want to say what happens all through the film because it's a lot happening. Anyway, so now I think Corey's like more psychotic now. Now he's accepting who he is. He's just like, I don't care now. No remorse whatsoever. So I like this scene was pretty cool where she's like. So anyway, so you see Laurie Strode on her own, of course, and then she goes upstairs, throws like someone, like there's like a suicide or something, and next minute you see like the camera like coming into the room, right, and then you see it's like a gunshot. The next minute it's like pumpkin, you kind of think, well, I don't think anyone's gonna fall for that, because it doesn't even look like blood. The next minute, he gets shot a few times by Laurie Strode. She's got a gun, and the thing's breaking. He drops down, and you're thinking, and then you think to yourself, yeah, she's got him. The next minute, he does something really crazy. I was like, Jesus Christ, I forgot that happens when he stabs himself in the neck because he knows that Alison has come home, and he's kind of like, and so he kind of sets her up by stabbing himself. And then she comes walking in. She thinks that Laurie Strode's stabbed him, of course. So he kind of thinks, because he says that if I can't have you, no one can. And he says that twice in the film, I think it is. And so he stabs himself, and she thinks shit. And then Michael Myers, of course, is not too far behind, of course. And actually, I was a bit surprised he's still alive, of course, the guy, because. She hides. No, Laurie Strode, she sees like the door open. She hides. He picks up the mask, puts it on. So she ends up hiding in the kitchen, and she does something like she does this like thinking it's moving like so she stops it, and then Michael Myers is like, yeah, she's in there. I can hide, but you can't. It's like that. Yeah. So anyways, it ends up being a scuffle between them both, and there is certain parts you think he's gonna kill her. He's going to kill her because he almost puts her on through this, like, what's those things called? That sync things. And the things spin like, I don't know what you call them. And he almost does that. Almost like eye for an eye situation. So, there is a part of the film where she kicks him. I'm thinking to myself, come on. Michael Myers would, that would actually tickle him if he did that. If she did that. She kind of kicks his leg. I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, he's a lot stronger than that. So there's certain parts you kind of think, that kind of makes no sense. She just kicks him like, taps him like, it's like, oh, like that. He's like, Jesus Christ, she must have Michael Myers' strength. So anyway, she ends up bloody overpowering the guy, stabs his like finger, hands, and then she drops like a fridge on him. And I think, okay, she's got him. I wouldn't say the fridge freaking killed him, but whatever. So no, she ends up stabbing his like neck, takes the mask off, stabs, cuts his throat. You think yourself, he's never going to survive that, but so anyway, he ends up strangling her, and then you start seeing like flashbacks of Michael Myers and all that kind of stuff, and from the past. I thought I do like seeing the past, certain past scenes. I do like that. I kind of wish you heard Donald Pleasance, Loomis kind of say, Laurie Strode, like kind of like. I wish I kind of heard his voice. It would have been cool, but we never did that. So I think walks through the door. She walks through she walks in. She grabs his arm and breaks it. And I think to myself, come on. I kind of went, okay, that's a lot of strength for you for one lady. I mean, Michael Myers is super strong, but these women just like breaks his arm. And they start cutting his wrists, of course, and so then they cut his wrist. You think he's dead now. This film's got some nasty gory moments. I'm sitting there going, Jesus Christ, but not in a bad, really good film though. I really enjoyed it. Some nasty moments though. Yeah. So anyway, they're not bloody all taken into this like. They put him on top of this vehicle. All these people, locals and stuff, and they take him to this like, and that part where they take, and that scene where they all like take him to this like place where they just grind his body, which I thought I didn't really mind that scene because at least that he's dead. The last part where they grind his body and stuff, I think that was pretty interesting. And you use some of the characters, like the kid from the first film who, you know, the babysitter got murdered. He turns up, the little kid in it. And there's a lot of characters that do turn up at the end, and they kind of went, just to make sure he's gone, he's dead. Like the last part where they'll like see his body being grinded and stuff like that. It's pretty gore actually. You think straight away, you he ain't gonna survive that. I don't think. I think they've left him and just like, you know, just bury his body. You think it's gonna do a freaking Jason Voorhees and come back from the dead. You just know it, like electricity hit his freaking body and just comes back. That'd be cool actually. I would have loved that. That'd be cool. Comes back as super zombie freaking Michael Myers. That could kind of work. Go a bit over the top like they used to do, but you know. That'd been funny. So imagine coming out from the gun going, oh, and he gets all his freaking muscles and starts flying around. Oh, so funny. You're going to call him Super Michael Myers. Anyway, so maybe a bit nuts now. So anyway, the grind his body up and that was it. And the last part was like Laurie Strode saying, like, evil might be dead, something like that, but it comes in another shape kind of situation, which is she's right. They could easily make a sequel, like a continuation, having like a cult that follows Michael Myers, or some character who actually gets influenced Michael Myers and starts to do the same thing. And the ways they could do it, like maybe in the future, where it's in the future, the kid like, you know, and it's like spaceships and stuff like that, I don't know. Michael X, something like that. Really enjoyed it. Finale was good, but the finale was really good actually. I liked it. I didn't mind it. Like I said, this film was good. I didn't hate it. I didn't have any issues with it. I thought some of the acting was good. There's a lot to say about this film. So yeah, the rating I want to give. Okay, what I did like about it, I suppose less than Michael Myers than this. There was a lot. There's more or less. He's in less than this than bloody the other films, I say. But when it does show up, he's pretty cool. Still pretty devastating in this and scary. Okay, what I liked. Okay, what I didn't. Okay, some things I didn't like. I suppose the part where the women are so damn strong they kind of break his arm out and kick his leg and everything and stuff. Well, come on, Michael Myers. That wouldn't even bother him at all. But yeah, but whatever. So that's not really a big problem. It's just like little niggles like that. It's like, okay, whatever. So okay, what I liked about it, the good performance, good characters, good finale, some good music in it at the same time. And I think a good story to it where a guy who becomes Michael Myers in it, you know, he's a nice guy at the beginning and he just starts to change because of society around him, because of like how people are like around him. And it affects him later. Yeah, I would say that does affect him. It changes him and all that kind of situation. It kind of is that. So it kind of like changes him for the worse. Especially when he meets, because maybe it was even the first, I don't know, but because Michael Myers saw something in the guy that he kind of went, you know what, I'm not going to kill you. So maybe he was, I don't know. So yeah, good. I like the story too. So I thought the guy who plays Corey did a pretty good job. And a bit psychotic in it, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, so the way I'm going to give this film is a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for Halloween Ends. So I thought the characters were good. So yeah, people, I'm going to go off in a little bit. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day on a tweet. Tickle yourself and enjoy my videos. And remember to keep an eye out for those boogeymen. Thank you very much.